Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist.
There is a hug that happens at the end of Wednesday. I think it's during like the very last episode between two of our titular characters. That hug had more emotional resonance with me, where for these two characters, I could sit back and go, these two characters are the best of fucking friends and I absolutely love the both of them. And I would die protecting each and every one of them, because one is a really angry and cranky cat that only wants to be left alone. And the other one is a golden retriever that may or may not scratch my face off. When those two hugged, there was more emotion and feelings in that hug than Wednesday had with either of the other male leads throughout the entirety of this show. And at that point in time, I knew that your boy Theseus was back. The builder of ships. But I'm not going to ship this one. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I will. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen going forward, especially into season 2 of Wednesday, because this show is absolutely fantastic. Here's the problem. I can see why Addams Family purists are not going to like this show, because it does lean more towards young adult dark humor fantasy than it does the creepy spooky that you're typically used to in regards to the Addams Family. However, give it a chance. Like, you may not still like it if you're an Addams Family purist, but at the exact same time, I would say give this show a chance. Because first off, this is the best depiction of Thing I have ever received. I absolutely love Thing in this show. He, literally, my favorite character. Jenna Ortega, fantastic as Wednesday. Who else we got here? We've got Jenna Ortega, fantastic as Wednesday. Hunter Duhan, he's okay as Tyler. Like I said, the male leads in this show I could not care less about. Like Hunter Duhan as Tyler Galpin, whatever. Percy Hines White as Xavier Thorpe, meh. Emma Myers as Enid Sinclair, precious. Joy Sunday as Bianca Barkley, way deeper of a character than I was expecting. I really thought she was just going to be the stereotypical mean girl until you got to know more about her character, and now I kind of want to see where her character is going to go in season 2. Georgie Farmer as Ajax, which if I remember correctly, Ajax is the dude that he's a Gorgon. So if he looks in his reflection or you look at the snakes upon his head, you turn to stone. I thought he was dupe. I'm just making up words here. I thought he was dope. It's very interesting how they incorporated, like I said, the creepy and the spooky, all into this one school where you have vampires, mermaids, sirens, werewolves, all these different types of creatures and mythical creatures, and they're known as outcasts. And I really want to see more about that whole just history, because it seems as though people are aware of the outcasts, but then not aware of the outcasts. So when you go into town, there are certain townsfolk that know that Nevermore is like basically like American Hogwarts for the super weird and the supernatural. But then at the exact same time, it seems as though there are members of the town who have no clue what exactly is going on. So how deep of a secret is this? Is it a really deep secret? Is it not a really deep secret? What's going on? I do not know. We will hopefully get answers to this in season 2, and I absolutely cannot wait. We're getting to my man's right here, Victor Dorobantu. Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you. This is my favorite version of Thing. I did not know that an animatronic hand moving across the field, just doing stuff and sassing people and being a terrorizing little shit, would be, I'd become so attached to that thing, like to attach to Thing, because there is a moment in this season where he gets hurt, and I damn near was on the edge of my seat, like there's no way it ends like this for my boy. There's no way. Like I was about to get emotional because I really thought there was about to, sending him on the stairway to heaven. If he died, would he go to heaven? I mean, he's just a hand. What would happen to Thing if he died? Where is the rest of his body? You know, I've never really asked that type of question. Where is the rest of Thing's body? What's going on here in that regard? I'm gonna have to look that up once this is said and done. But I was emotional over him. I liked how he formed relationships with all of the characters in different ways. With Enid, he's doing manicures and pedicures, giving her back massages. She's giving him like joint massages to like loosen him up so he can move a little bit faster. With Tyler, he's a sassy shit, hopping on the keyboard, smacking him in the face, getting him to do stuff. With Xavier, he's also an entitled little shit, hopping down on his shoulders, slamming him into a wall. Like, all of his relationships, and then like the way in which characters initially react to him, like, huh, it's just a hand. But then once they become super chill with him, he's just another dude. Great. Absolutely love it. Now, I know a lot of people had issues with, where is it? Somewhere in here. Like, oh, Catherine Zeta-Jones and Luis Guzman. Here's the problem. Luis Guzman's probably the closest we've ever actually gotten on screen to a Gomez that looks the way Gomez does in the original cartoons and skits, which is he starts off lean when him and Morticia first get together, and then he gets fat. Now, Raul Julia is the one that I remember from when I was a kid, and that dude is fucking handsome. See, we remember growing up as children, we remember handsome Gomez. Do not get me wrong. Gomez was always handsome. He was handsome in the beginning when he was younger, but he got a little plump as, you know, him and Morticia basically indulged themselves, because they were kind of like this odd couple where Gomez was really big and he was kind of squat, and then Morticia was tall and then she was really, really skinny. That's one of the reasons why when people first saw them, they always thought that they looked super weird, but they were so in love with each other. So I like the fact that during like that flashback where we get like a shot of like younger Gomez, dude was fit. He looked like he played like lacrosse or like football or soccer or something. And that was great, because that dude that they got to play the younger version of him looks like he could be Raul Julia. Let me check and make sure that he is not actually Raul Julia's son, because no, he's not. It's Lucius Hoyos. He looks fantastic as a younger Gomez. I'm really hoping that if they ever do a flashback again, they bring him back. Including Uncle Fester in this, also super dope. I absolutely love Uncle Fester. He would be my second favorite character. When he showed up, I was almost as happy to see him as Wednesday. I was like, finally, the main man, the main man. It was like Lobo arrived on the field. I was like, the main man has finally arrived. We're about to have an absolute blast. And I like that relationship wise, she's contentious with her parents, but when it comes to Uncle Fester, she's super open and super in love with him, because he's always basically accepted her weird, never asked her to be anything that she wasn't, and then he's basically been teaching her every single deadly art that he's ever known, from poker to cracking safes to electrocuting people to torturing them to execution to everything under the sun. Fester was there to just like tell her, here you go, here's the creepy and weird, run with it, my young apprentice. Love it. I love this show. This show is good. It's good. It's great, in my opinion. As somebody who's watched the two animated movies that came out, which was Adams 1 and Adams 2. Both of those were okay. Like I said, I grew up with the generation that watched Raul Julia as Gomez with Cher. Yeah. I love those shows. I loved all of those movies. But at the exact same time, Raul Julia, like I said, he was handsome. They made Gomez handsome, and they ran with that handsome Gomez for the entirety of my childhood. But looking back, Gomez was always, even in the newer animation, he was always like this really short, squat dude, and Pugsley always took after him. So I'm happy that, you know, Luis Guzman looked the way in which I think Gomez should look. And hello people, Gomez is Latino. Like it's there in the last name. Like, it's super wild to me that people were complaining. They were like, how dare they cast Luis Guzman? He's ugly. He should not be Gomez. Also, Gomez is white. What are you talking about? Like, Raul Julia was Latino. Gomez is a Latino character. Like, the only one who would technically count as being white would be Morticia. That's it. So, like, it's super weird that people had, like, that nitpick, but it doesn't matter. The nitpick instantaneously died out once the show came out, and the show was actually fucking good. And I'm actually happy for that. And I'm actually super excited to see season 2 of this series. I'm happy that Netflix friggin' renewed it, because they canceled like 5 other shows. You know how Netflix be doing. Netflix will give you like a taste. They'll draw you in. They're like, here's this new thing that we did. It's super fucking great. It's called Warrior Nun. And then they'll give you the best season you've ever had. And you're like, this is the best goddamn show ever. I can't wait till season 3. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of the night at like 3 in the morning, they release like a presser, and they're like, sorry, but Warrior Nun's officially canceled, and we're not giving the rights away so nobody can pick it up. And you're like, the betrayal, the pain. But yeah, I fucking dug Wednesday. I thought Wednesday was dope as shit. We're getting back into like the whole review thing, since I haven't been doing reviews for a while. But if you haven't watched Wednesday, go and check Wednesday out. It's on Netflix. I think you're gonna freaking enjoy it, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace.